Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports and subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, I don't know why when I did my little intro, I keep saying hundreds and hundreds. I'm still trying to get used to saying thousands. So please bear with me on that one. But anyway, I wanted to say that basically, what was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about Felix Verdejo. Now, if you guys don't know, I interviewed Felix Verdejo, and I had his media workout on the channel. If you haven't seen it already, I'll leave it in the annotations here somewhere. Felix Verdejo, man, what a talented fighter. I watched him live in person. I was at the fight, but I didn't get it. I still gotta go watch it on TV because there's some things you might see on TV that you don't see at the fight. So I want to go watch it on TV eventually. My dad recorded it, so we'll watch it with him later on. But anyway, Felix Verdejo, he is a guy that, there's a lot of riding on his shoulders right now. He's being built up as the next Puerto Rican star in boxing, and I think he has all the tools to be that. But he's being fast tracked very quickly. He already had another fight date before he even fought this past Saturday. So with that being said, he could fight potentially 4 or 5 times this year. We know Top Rank wants to move this guy quick, and he has a lot of expectations on him. A lot of people are building this guy up as the next Felix Trinidad, and that's a lot to live up to. And he fought William Silva, a taller guy, a rangier guy, a guy with decent amateur background. Hasn't really fought anybody in the pros, but a good opponent for Felix at this stage of his career. Now, a lot of Puerto Rican boxing fans that I talked to at Madison Square Garden in the small room, they were a bit frustrated because they thought they wanted to see Verdejo get the knockout, and I did too. I wanted to see Verdejo get the knockout too, and he ultimately couldn't get it. A couple of things he did wrong. He didn't cut the ring off well enough to get a knockout. He was loading up a little bit too much off of his back foot, and he didn't trust his jab enough. But with that being said, still won every round, pretty much almost every round. Looked pretty good, and it was a good win and good experience for him at this stage of his career. The kind of experience that he needs for this stage of his career. So, with that being said, what I wanted to get into is Felix Verdejo going to be the next Felix Trinidad or something greater than that, or will he be a hype job? Because I know now people are saying that. A couple of people, only idiots are saying this, but people are saying, oh, well, Felix didn't knock out this guy. He's a hype job. He's garbage. He's another top rank hype job. And I think that's unfair because here we have a guy in Verdejo who, number one, to even make lightweight, he's got to kill himself. He's a big dude. For being a 22-year-old kid, 22-year-old guy, he's not too much older than me. He's a big dude. He's not that much smaller than Terrence Crawford. I took a picture of them standing right next to each other. They were standing right next to each other at the press conference a couple of times. So he's not that much smaller than Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is a big dude himself. So we're talking about a guy that could start right now at 135, move up to 140, 147, 154, and end his career at 160. He's got that type of build. He's that big, especially thick as far as thickness. You got to see him in person to know what I'm talking about. But Verdejo, like I said, good fighter. Will he be the next hype job? I mean, like I said, we've seen this in boxing before. Guys get fast tracked, and maybe they weren't ready for a certain fight at a certain stage of their career, and they wind up getting exposed. And that is there for Verdejo, regardless of how good Top Rank's matchmaking is and how good they are at building a fighter up. The fact of the matter is, Top Rank could, if they're not careful enough, put this guy in with the wrong fighter and he could lose. It's very possible. It's very possible. So what I'm saying for Verdejo is, as far as skills go and what he's doing already, there's no way in hell I think he's ever going to be a hype job. But as far as him taking maybe a loss he shouldn't take and being viewed as a hype job by fans for a short amount of time, if he gets the wrong fight, then yes, that's possible. Because it is what it is. Personally, I think this guy will be a pound-for-pound star one day. I don't know if he'll be a pound-for-pound king, but as far as pound-for-pound star, top 5 fighter, maybe a pound-for-pound king for a year or two in his career, I believe so. I believe that down the road, you're going to see Felix Verdejo selling out Madison Square Garden the same way Miguel Cotto did. I think he has a chance to be as big as Cotto, maybe even bigger, because I just think he does just because he's fighting so many times. They're fast tracking hell out of him. I mean, I'm gonna go look at his record right now on BoxRec. I'm pretty sure he already has 20 fights, and he's 20 years old. So he can't be Yeah, that was his 20th pro fight, and he's only 22 years old. I mean, Cotto has what right now? Cotto has somewhere upwards of 35, 40 fights, something like that. Cotto's got 45 fights. Verdejo's got 20, and Cotto's 35. Verdejo's 22. So you're seeing that this guy's getting a lot of experience, a lot of good experience. He's fought the likes of Ivan Nahara, a tough Mexican fighter. Like I said, William Silva, another tough undefeated Brazilian fighter at the time. So he's getting the good experience. Down the road, though, I think you're going to see this guy be fighting the likes of a Terrence Crawford. I think that will be the fight. That will be one of the fights that will be mega. Because at that time, I think Terrence continues to go on that the way he's going. Terrence will be an established name. Terrence will be maybe even a pound-for-pound king been a pound-for-pound king for a couple of years. And then he probably might be still undefeated. And then you have Verdejo here, who's a Puerto Rican star, just whacking people, going through some of the best fighters in the world. I think that might be the case later down the road. So I think everything's in place for Felix to become the next star in boxing. Honestly, he has a chance, just being that he's a Puerto Rican fighter. Puerto Rican fighters get a lot of support. Being that he's a Puerto Rican fighter, an exciting Puerto Rican fighter, a Puerto Rican fighter with power, devastating knockout power. He's a guy, to me, that could be the cash cow in boxing. Honest to God, I think he'd be the cash cow in boxing. I'm talking the type of fighter who does 1 million, 2 million, 3 million pay-per-view buys if moved properly and matching against the right opponent. I think he could do that. So, hype job, no, but pound for pound fighter, next star in boxing, yes. Like I said, he's got a lot of things he's got to clean up. He loads up a little bit too much out of his back foot. He needs to work on cutting the ring off, because I think once he steps up in opposition, it's gonna want to come in and hurt him. But like I said, Verdejo, you could put him in right now with a lot of guys in his weight class, and I think he could beat a lot of them. They're very fair fights, even fights. And I think with more experience, as time continues to pass by, go along, I think he becomes the favorite in a lot of fights against top level guys at lightweight. So that's just what I think, man. Felix Verdejo's right on track, right on pace to become the next Puerto Rican boxing star, right there with Cotto, take over the mantle for Cotto. Trinidad, I think he has a chance. He has a huge chance to join the lineage of great Puerto Rican fighters. So Wilfred Benitez, Cotto, Trinidad, all those guys. All those guys. So we'll see what happens. Wilfredo Gomez. We'll see what happens. I think Top Rank's doing a good job, and I think Verdejo got great experience Saturday night, and I think he's gonna use that very well in the future. And he's a great kid, humble kid. Humble guy. I'm glad I got to meet him. Hopefully we get some more interviews with Felix in the future. But let me know what you guys think about Felix Verdejo. Do you think he'll be a hype job? Do you think he'll become the next star in boxing? Leave a comment down below. Take a time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.